Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing very well on this lovely Thanksgiving Eve. I am actually going to be recording this on Tuesday night because I'll be cooking all day tomorrow. So I hope you guys have time off and you're chilling, or there's something positive going on. But today's video going to be a little bit more laid back. Of course, I'll be giving thoughts on the market as always, but with all the drops for Black Friday this week, I wanted to just talk about my thoughts on them on the short term and then give my thoughts as to where I think this next year could go. Um, because I remember clear as day 1 year ago, to the day, I was buying ETBs and packs from Walmart and Target. And in the last year, a lot of things have really changed. And I think my perspective on Pokemon investing is a lot different. And I think things are fundamentally changed going forward. Just given the amount of content creators that are out there that have risen up over the past 12 months, myself included, which is crazy to think. Um, it's kind of just a reminder that like we don't know where things are ever going to go. I don't think anybody anticipated the bull run that we had in 2025. When you look back at 2024, it feels a lot different. I think when people were buying, these ETBs, which if you remember, these were dropping on Target left and right, the beginning of notification services like, Prismatic had just come out or had not come out yet, but pre-orders had just happened for the first wave or so. um, there were a lot of kind of signs that things were going to be moving in a pretty rapid ascension in that direction. But people were just buying these because they were cheap. I don't think many people were looking at them as investments nearly as much as they were wanting to rip. My average buy cost for all of these ETBs that I got, which were a few Silver Tempest, some Astral Radiance, a few Lost Origin. I actually missed on Brilliant Stars, but my average buy cost was literally like $17 each, which is crazy. And I know this week we got some 10s from Walmart. Congrats if you got them. I did not. Um, Apparently it was a local. The supply that you had was local, so mine were all out of stock. Go figure. Um, I know the pack selection was supposed to be like Obsidian Flames and Temporal, but it turns out the pack selection is actually better. The 10s were repacked. Destin Rivals Journey Together and Surging Sparks, I believe, which is pretty solid in my opinion for $15 plus tax. Um, but significantly worse than a year ago, I have to add. We got those Walmart 10s, same 10s repacked, 3 Evolving Skies, Lost Origin, and Fusion in each, and 5-pack 10s at $15. Um, which was pretty crazy, but I don't know. I look back and I think, man, at that time, I had set out for myself that no matter what, when I got all these packs, because I actually have some right here. This is one of the 10s. I have a bunch of these full of just evolving packs, as you can see. Here's one handful, just like, almost 100 at this point, which is kind of wild, which I'm very thankful to have. And I got kind of clowned on at the time because people were like, dude, it's loose packs and they're never going to buy them. We're never going to buy them. That's just, I think the sentiment on that has changed quite a bit. Here's a few Fusion. Um, I think the space has changed dramatically. There's a lot more confidence in the IP, right? At that time, Surging was the most recent set that was released, and it was good, but I think where we are now is pretty interesting, and we were all very excited about Prismatic, but I actually feel more excited for the future than I did a year ago with the Mega Block. I think Ascended Heroes is shaping up to be very, very good. Probably even S tier, depending on how these cards shake out. We just got news today that the 30th anniversary is confirmed. So far, I think it's called, is it called like celebration collection or something, which was pretty lame. I don't know if that's the Japanese name. I think the Japanese was literally called like 25th anniversary collection or something. So I don't know what English is going to be, unless that is English, which I think it might be. But I think every mega set from this point forward is going to be really good. We haven't even gotten the Rayquaza yet, and obviously any set with Rayquaza is going to perform well, just straight up, just the way it is, right? But man, a lot of things have happened in the last year. We had 12 months go by. At the same time, I feel everything is kind of the same, but in the Pokemon world, everything has just been up and up since then. And it got absolutely insane. And now I think we're entering a period where, it's time to recalibrate if you're investing in the space, if you're buying random packs here and there. A year ago, it was a little bit easier. It was a little bit easier. There were actually way more opportunities staring us in the face, but people were, not wanting to pay $90 for Paradox Rift because that set wasn't super desired at the time. Um, and I think that's where, I mean, I've been investing for a few years now, but that was like the moment where I was like, man, I just spent a lot of money on these packs, getting these packs, these loose packs of Evolving Skies, primarily with Fusion and Lost. I spent a lot of money and I was like, in that moment, I was thinking, man, that was a lot of money to put into Pokemon. I spent like $700 at Walmart buying these tins. It's funny now to think about. I guess I'm thankful, but most of our portfolios, if you've been around, they basically doubled over the past year, if not more. Definitely more. Maybe even 2x in many cases, but we know we know why sets perform better now, you know? And we've seen the performance of Pokemon sets in this past year, and I think it's created a lot of confidence in this market. And going forward, I think even at these prices that people are paying for new boxes, 250, 300, 220, 200, which was way more than back then. It feels like there is even more confidence than back then, and I don't think that is going to melt away magically overnight just because it's happened in the past. Rip and shipping has played a huge factor in prices staying elevated. Um, LGSs have fewer products that they keep stocked. More product is just being sold directly to the consumer. And I guess I'm ranting now, so we're just chilling, I guess. But I'm so thankful that I held these packs. I mean, I held a lot of things, but particularly these packs, because that was like the first moment that I purchased stuff, and it was a lot of money for me at the time. Um, and I was like a little bit, I wasn't 100% confident. I knew Evolving Skies, they were $16, and I got them for $3.30 a pack, and that was great. But most people just sold them off, and I held on to them, and now, they're worth about $30. Fusion at the time was like $5 a pack, which is crazy. And here we are. I mean, talk about, $14 pack, by the way. Talk about a set that has completely transformed its sentiment in the eyes of the market. Even a year ago, Fusion Strike, I mean, it was doing well, but it was $5 a pack. Like, it wasn't what it is now, which is a $900 booster box. At one point, for a while, actually, Lost Origin, Fusion, and Chilling were all the same price, as well as Brilliant. They were all the same price, and then Fusion pulled ahead. And that tells us that the best Pokemon, Gengar, typically Charizards, Rayquazas, Like these, like Umbreon, like these Pokemon outperform everything else. And it's interesting that we saw that plain as day happen over the past year. Of course, everything went up, but I think you get my point. Some things went up more than others. But I'm so thankful I held on to these packs, and there was a lot of uncertainty this year, I think. Things were moving up and up and up, and nobody really knew what was going to happen. I mean, Fusion was still stocked on the Pokemon Center in January. The build-in battles in the stadiums, I bought a number of those too, because I was like, it's a good set, seems undervalued, and I'm going to stick to my convictions as somebody who believes in the set, and I think there's not a lot of downside. And I think there are some of those plays out in the market right now. Now, a lot of those plays are, like, those sets are younger, but some that come to mind for me, Crown Zenith. I'm sorry, not Crown Zenith. Prismatic Evolutions. Although Crown Zenith is good, but Prismatic Evolutions goes without saying, right? Set value over $4,000. Evolutions, as well as some other fantastic SIRs, in my opinion. It's plain as day. It's plain as day. But now you have the power of rip and shipping and big boxes selling directly to people. You know, obviously it has probably another year and a half in the print cycle, roughly. But I'm going to keep buying it at market price and hold. And I'm glad I did even a year ago, because here we are now. So, I don't know. With that being said, I just think the people who perform the best are people who have the most conviction with good reasonings as to why they're buying. If you're looking at this 10 and you're thinking, man, I'll just hold on to these forever because they're cheap, it's like, eventually you'll make money. You'll probably make money immediately because they'll come out, you know, $5, $10 more expensive. But you need to think about the potential for sets, what age they are, what's happening in their print cycles, what Pokemon are in the sets, and stick with that and make plays. Make plays. Deploy capital if you can afford to. Because time and time again, throughout the last 3 decades in Pokemon, that has paid off literally every single time. I'm still holding on to my Elite Trainer boxes. I will probably take some profit at some point next year, as well as the packs. Evolving is one of those things that I feel a little conflicted about. I should take profit, but I don't need to. And I love Evolving Skies. I love owning these. And I think that's a very underrated skill, or not skill. It's an underrated factor that isn't talked about a lot in Pokemon investing, which is, do you buy what you love? You don't always have to do that, but it makes things a hell of a lot easier when they get rocky. And I guess I'm going to find out with Surging Sparks, because I don't really love Surging Sparks. I just see investment opportunity. I love Evolving Skies. I also saw investment opportunity. But I suppose that's been my journey so far. And I've learned a lot more. But I'm just thankful. I'm thankful I was in the right place at the right time. I was in an area where I could actually get these 10s, and I'm thankful that I held on to them when people were telling me not to. It's pretty interesting. And these packs are now my best performing investment, considering where I bought them, which was not at $16. It was at $3. So, I don't know. Just some thoughts I had. It's a weird time of that year, isn't it? But I'm thankful for all of you who have watched my channel get to where it's at. I mean, I started making videos in May. That was 7 months after I bought these packs. And I just felt like I wanted to put my thoughts out into the world, show that I'm also just kind of an investor like the average person. Um, to an extent, like I don't own a business in Pokemon. You know, I don't have cases on cases on cases, but I have a formidable portfolio. I'll probably do an update towards the end of the year, but it's well into the 5 digits at this point, which is pretty awesome. Um, and I have more conviction than I've ever had in Pokemon. And I think that comes from me setting up my portfolio in a way that I can make speculative plays like surging, but I can make investments, like the bulk of my investments are in older sets that have performed very well, that now have basic virtually no downside, in my opinion, like an Evolving Skies, where my buy cost is so low that it's like it's just gravy at this point, you know, and I'm happy to hold them. And I think it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson. And I don't know, it's been a pretty fun ride so far. I don't know what the future holds, but I genuinely enjoy interacting with you guys and talking about the Pokemon market because it's a pretty dynamic and a really interesting place. You know, people say that nothing happens in Pokemon typically, but I just don't think that's true. You have a new set come out every couple 2 to 3 months. Um, all types of releases. Things go up, things go down. Cards are very speculative. It's cool. Like there's not any other investing where you get to like physically interact with the thing that you are having, at least in my world. I mean, yeah, you have like sports cards and different collectibles and things, but I think you get my point. It's like versus stocks versus crypto. It's like this is hands on. There's a community out there. You can vend, you can go to card shows, you can talk to people, just hang out, rip packs. Like has a little bit of everything, man, and it's cool. It's really cool, and I'm appreciative that you guys have propped me up in this community and have been very receptive and have allowed me to do this because it wouldn't be possible without you. Um, so thank you. I'm thankful for you guys, truly, truly. So I'm gonna run another giveaway. It's gonna end in the evening on Thanksgiving around 5:30 Eastern time. It's already live right now in the Discord. There's a typo in the title. I can't change it. It is what it is. But I'll be giving away this Twilight Masquerade ETB. So you'll have pretty good odds to win. Just enter the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe, if you don't mind. That might help your odds. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But yeah, the giveaway will be in the Discord. So just enter that as always. And I don't know, man. I'm just feeling thankful. I'm feeling thankful for what I have. There's a lot going on in the world, you know. A lot of people have a lot less than we do. We get to argue about Pokemon cards and what set's gonna do well and what set's gonna do shit. And that's pretty fortunate. It's a pretty cool position to be in. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. This is so dumb, isn't it? But it's fun and it's cool and Pokemon's great. It's a good time. So leave it at that. Enjoy your Thanksgivings. I'll be taking a break tomorrow for sure and probably Thursday. I'll probably do a stream on Friday. I got one of those Target deals. You can kind of see in the back there. 8 packs, gonna rip it. Turns out not Destined Rivals or Journey, it's Sturging and Twilight. The hell, man. I wanted Destin. But it's all good. Decent sets. Not too bad. Yeah. Anyway, kind of a weird one. But just keep things in perspective and have conviction, and you're gonna do well, man. You're gonna do well. All right. Thank you again for everything. Really, really, really appreciate you guys, and thank you to my sponsors too. I mean, I know to a lot of people, sponsors are like kind of annoying, and I'm one of those people. I watch videos, but it really helps the creator out, and I'm just thankful that I have the opportunity to do that at all. Feels like yesterday I put up my first video, a tier list. Maybe I'll do another tier list soon. Let me know what you guys think. But anyway, we're yapping. Thank you for everything. Thank you very much. Look for opportunities out there and be safe. Goodbye.